up in the Stadio Olimpico for our live game here on BT Sport this evening. It is Lazio against Milan. All is not well at either club, as we have been saying. And to set the scene further, we sent James Horncastle on a special mission this week. He might need all his understated diplomacy for this task. In fact, if it went well, we were half expecting the UN to call him in to try to unravel some of the great global political issues which beset us at present. The first mission for this special envoy, to get to the bottom of the civil strife at Milan with Dov Schiavone of Forza Football.com.
Well, the devil has happened to the athlete. What do you make of the situation there at the moment?
It's the worst one I can remember as an unfortunate Milan fan. I think there are a lot of problems at the club, and the problems kind of, in my opinion, can't be pinpointed to one person. I think you've got to look at Berlusconi, Galliani, the players, to an extent the coaches as well, and it's all a little bit of a mess. Look at the top, Silvio Berlusconi and Invest, and basically I think they've told Galliani and Barbara to save some money, reduce the wage bill, and they've done that, and in turn have brought in poorer quality players, and that in turn has made the coach's job, first Allegri, and now Seedorf's job, a bit more difficult.
Do you think Berlusconi he can take Milan forward, or do you think it's time that he perhaps sold the club?
He used Milan as a kind of base to launch his political career, and I think since 1994, when he became Prime Minister, he's pushed Milan aside a little bit, and Galliani has more or less ran Milan himself. A lot of fans want him to sell up because they see he's probably not 100% committed.
Do you think it would perhaps have been better to just maybe give Mauro Tassotti the caretaker role until the end of the season, then bring in Seedorf, maybe appoint someone more experienced, someone say like Roberto Donadoni, someone who's associated with the past. Donadoni's sort of reflecting this Milan DNA. Seedorf does have Milan DNA, he's played for the club, but obviously he doesn't have that experience.
For me to bring in Seedorf, a man or a player he's had no coaching experience, I think he hadn't even finished his coaching badges at the point as well. To me, it just smacks a little bit of desperation to try and change something and hope for the best. To be the coach of Milan, you have to have experience. You have to kind of know what you're doing. Whereas I think Seedorf is a fantastic player, but being a fantastic player and being a fantastic coach are two different things.
I mean, what's your outlook for Milan then, looking forward? Because you do wonder where this sort of momentum is going to come that's going to push them back to where they once were.
Seedorf has actually apparently spoke to the Milan Ultras and said that he wants to clear out 2/3 of the squad, that's a lot of players that they're going to try and get rid of, and then some clubs would have to maybe be stupid enough to buy them at the same time. And then they would have to find players of better quality than the ones that they're letting go. New investment to come in that would possibly be necessary, or much wiser spending of the money they've got, because people forget that Milan have the second highest wage bill in Serie A. They spend 10 million euros a year less than Juventus. The potential is there, but for me, I don't think a lot of the personnel are there at the minute. I think it's going to take something Galliani-esque, if you like, in the summer for that to change.
One way perhaps of measuring the fall might be to compare the team that they'll field this evening with the mighty eras of, 20 years ago and 10 years ago. Should we try this?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at today's lineup, I think one of the most glaring compare and contrast is the defence. I mean, you look at Dov Schiavone, very good promise.